The question posed today is, what is true love? This is a much used word, although often misunderstood. One man was sitting at a roadside restaurant having chicken for his lunch. A passerby looked at his plate and asked, "Sir, is that chicken you are eating?" "Yes," responded the first person, "I love chicken." "Wrong," said the passerby. "If you loved chicken, you would not have it cut and eat it for your lunch. You like chicken." When we like something, it's for our sake, for our gratification. When we say, "I love something or someone," we are willing to sacrifice and forsake our own happiness. Consider the example from 500 years ago. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spent the last phase of his life in a little room called Gambhira in the holy dham of Jagannath Puri. He had a personal servant called Govind. Govind used to massage Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who would be lost in the most elevated states of divine love for Sri Krishna. One night, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in his longing for Sri Krishna, fainted unconscious on the floor. In the morning when he woke up, he discovered his personal servant Govind was in the room and had been there all night. "Govind," asked Mahaprabhuji, "what are you doing here?" "Maharaj, I had come to press your feet and do my seva." "Then why did you remain and not go out after completing your seva?" "Mahaprabhuji, how could I go out? You were lying in front of the door. There was no way to exit." "But then how did you come in?" asked Mahaprabhu. "I crossed over your body," he said. "Then why did you not cross over my body to exit as well?" "I came in to serve," said Govind. "For the sake of serving you, I am willing to bear with the sin of having committed a transgression. But when I go out, it will be for my happiness, and I am not willing to commit the transgression of crossing over your body for the sake of my gratification." Now that is true love. It is as distant from worldly love as the light is from darkness. Kamer premer bahoti antar, kam andham tama, prem nirmal bhaskar. Understand it like this. Consider three things: love, lust, and business. True love, the reverse of it, worldly love or lust, and in between is business, where the goal is to give, give, and give. That is love. Where the goal is take, take, take. That is lust. And where the intention is give, take. That is business. In endless lifetimes, we have never loved because we had adopted the second and the third principles. Now consider worldly love. Why do husband and wives fight so many times a day? The husband keeps changing his decision about his wife. She is so nice she is normal, she is bad, she is just nice, she is terrible. What is going on here? When the husband thinks, my full self-interest is being met by her, she is very nice. When he thinks the self-interest is not met but not harmed either, she is normal. And when he thinks my self-interest is being harmed, at that time, then she appears terrible. So the relationship is characterized by self-seeking, which is what lust is. Now the second, business. Give 2 paise so that you can earn back 4 paise. For example, it is your friend's daughter's wedding. What should we give as a present? Let's give a 10,000 rupee gift. Such a big gift. Are you becoming Dani Karn? No. I've got 3 daughters. In all 3 cases, he'll be obliged to match with 10,000 rupee gifts. Now, what is this person doing? He has thought about what he is going to get and is then giving. Such is the relationship characterized with the sentiment of business. Beyond all of these is true love. Let's read about it from my latest book, Questions You Always Wanted to Ask. Love is a deep and noble affection for the other's happiness without seeking personal benefit in return. It is unconditional and selfless. If your love is genuine, it remains unaffected even when your beloved behaves adversely. Suppose your beloved has been hurtful, yet you continue to love. That is true love. It does not demand anything and is willing to overlook the other's defects. One husband and wife had been married for just a year when the wife's complexion started turning sickly pale because of some unknown disease. Around the same time, the husband went for a trip where he had an accident, and when he returned, he was blind. Nevertheless, his wife took good care of him and assisted him in all the needful works, while she herself became uglier and uglier. And then one day, she passed away. The husband, after cremating her, was about to return home when his friend said, "You have nobody to take care of you. How will you do your daily chores now?" The husband said, "I need no one. I am not blind. I just did not want my wife to know that I was aware of her ugliness, so I pretended to be blind." Now imagine the quality of the husband's affection. Isn't it heart-moving? That kind of noble sentiment is what we call love. The Ujjwal Neelmani states, "Sarvatha dhvansa rahitam satyapi dhvansa karane yadbhava bandhanam yuno saprema parikirtitah." Where there is a reason for the love to be destroyed, which means the person we love is behaving adversely with us, and yet our love remains intact. It is an indication of the lack of selfishness in our love, an indication that our love is for the sake of the other. Take inspiration from Pitamaha Bheesma. He was a tremendous devotee of Sri Krishna, and is considered one of the 12 Mahajans in Indian history, or great Mahapurushas. He knew very well what the outcome of the Mahabharata would be, and yet he deliberately chose to side with the Kauravas. The reason being, he wanted the world to see that even though the great Bheesma sided with the Kauravas, victory still came to the Pandavas because of the presence of Sri Krishna. He was also a Rasik saint, and he used to meditate on the Gocharan Leela of Sri Krishna. When Sri Krishna would return from the forest having grazed his cows, the foot dust of the cows would be laden on his body. Bheesma would meditate on that form of Sri Krishna. And during the Mahabharata, very often the dust in the air would cover Sri Krishna's body, and Bheesma would admire it silently. And yet during the battle, when he had badly damaged Arjun's chariot, and both Arjun and Sri Krishna were on the ground, Sri Krishna broke his vow not to lift weapons in the war. He raised the chariot wheel and came forth in anger to stop Bheesma. Bheesma saw the angry form of Sri Krishna and began smiling. He said, "Wow, how enchanting! Vapata pita ki fehran." Seeing Bheesma's smile, Sri Krishna stopped in his tracks. He had started with his eyes red, teeth grinding, and fury on his face. But seeing Bheesma in a joyous mood, he halted. Bheesma said, "Maharaj, what happened? Why are you not coming forth? Remember, you had made a vow in this war. I too made a vow. Ajujo harihina shastra gav tola jahu Ganga janani ko shantanu sutta na kahau ajujo harihina shastra gahau." If today I don't make Sri Krishna lift weapons, I am not the son of Shantanu and Ganga. So the angry form of Sri Krishna did not dissuade Bheesma's devotion. For 6 months, when he laid on the bed of arrows, which form do you think he meditated upon? The same one, Vapata pita ki fehran. The message is, no matter how God behaves with us, the devotee relishes bliss in it. Madhuradhipate rakhilam madhuram. Just as a jalebi is all crooked yet full of ras, the devotee does not demand favorable behavior from his supreme beloved. And that is the test of true love. Does it hold even in the face of adverse behavior? If it does, it qualifies for real love.